Hello and welcome to another episode of D and J Drives. Today is the 19th of July and we are starting at the Grantley Adams International Airport. It is 6:16 a.m. So you are with Junior today. It's usually Dad and Junior, but you're with Junior today, so I'll be taking you on today's drive. Now I'm just gonna circle around the airport because I tried to start from actually underneath the covered way of the airport, but I met quite a hostile employee telling me to move from there, so I had to come around and start from this angle, so I will just circle back. So it's 28 degrees Celsius, not too hot. So where this airport is in the southern end of the island of Barbados in Christchurch, and it touches a piece of it goes into St. Philip, but it's mostly in Christchurch. So I'm just doing this so you can see the airport. Now, sometimes it's not, you don't get a very pleasant experience at this airport. I was just stuck there for about maybe a minute and somebody is coming there and harassing me. I didn't leave the car, I'm inside the vehicle, and they're coming and harassing me. Perhaps if it were another group of people, he would have left me alone. But anyway, we should have no other interruptions. Okay. And today they have the flag up at the airport. Sometimes they don't have it up. I always say you should always have the national flag up at your international airport, so visitors could come out and see it immediately. That's something that should always be there, so you could see it there to the right of the camera. So the objective of this video is to kind of go on the routes that we have gone on before, but just in one video, so you'll see what I mean. You can see a sign there for well, it's crop over season. There's a sign there for an event that's taking place this evening called Tipsy, and you have to wear all white, and yeah, so that's happening this evening. And this road was recently resurfaced, so it's very nice and smooth. So this is the Tom Adams Highway, this section of it. Haven't posted a video in a while, you know. Things get in the way sometimes and you have to take a break, but we're back. So we are now passing the villages at Coverley on the right. A lot of people like to exercise on this highway. unfortunately, and at that junction there was a well, the country has been experiencing a lot of robberies and homicides and just a lot of crime in general. Right there by that roundabout, people were ambushed and a car was stolen. So definitely in times like now you have to be extra vigilant, but that doesn't mean to overdo it and not venture out. You should never let the criminal element win, and just keep doing what you're doing. Their time will pass. So you can see it's just a nice early morning drive. We're going to be turning off the highway, going down into Oistins shortly. I'm going to make this left turn here. Right by that corner is notorious for police hiding there to catch people that don't come to a complete stop, which is in my opinion a bit pointless, because you know you could be doing so much more with those resources than having police hide there to give out tickets if you don't come to a complete stop. And the thing is that they go there when there's absolutely no traffic on the highway, so there's no risk. But you know, you should always follow the laws of the road and always stop at a stop sign, which I agree with, but I don't think police hiding there is the most effective way to manage that. I would say, you know, implement some sort of camera system that gives you an automatic ticket instead of wasting resources like that are very limited, especially in times like this where there's high level of crime, and you don't have many officers. So you just passed the golf course there. So we're in the Durant area. See how nice and black these roads are, because they all recently resurfaced within a year, but sometimes they dig it up, so it's kind of uneven at times. Some nice neighborhoods out in here. We are descending into Oistins, the town of Oistins. I want to try and see if I could get into the Garrison Savannah, but that's only if they have the flag up, because sometimes they don't have the flag up. So we'll see when we get there. I went there yesterday when I was planning the route and it was up, so hopefully it's there, but there were a lot of high winds and bad weather, so it was down for quite a while. So hopefully they still have it up there. This is Thornbury Hill. We're kind of to the end of it. I forgot to mention where we were. Oistins. And we are here. We've been here many times. This is kind of like I don't know, a place where D&J always is in Oistins. I think one of our first videos was in Oistins actually. You could see they're delivering fruits and different goods to this these shops here on the left. Thing about driving at this time is that the roads are clear. You just have to watch out for these ZRs, or in some countries they call them maxis. All the same thing. Seaweed there's a lot of seaweed. It's been affecting the coastline for a few months now. Very heavy. They try and clean it, but it keeps coming back. It's a lot. Road, and of course these people stop where there's no bus stop in sight. They just stop wherever they want to stop, those ZRs. A lot of them, not all of course, but most of them I would say are very what's a kind way to say it, very aggressive and uncivilized. A lot of those ZRs. I know of a story where somebody was so upset and irritated by one of those that he took a bat and beat out the back glass of the window. They make you feel like that, but you shouldn't act on those impulses. So this is St. Dominic's Roman Catholic Church. To the main highway. This is Highway 7, but we're gonna go back up, rejoin the ABC highway. So you can see how the roads connect. Look at how lovely this road is. It reminds me of Tobago, how a lot of the highways in Tobago has that kind of look to it. we're enjoying some nice smooth roads, especially in the south of the island. So we're now on the Errol Barrow portion of the highway. Church, by the way. So we're approaching the Garfield Sobers roundabout. Call it the Willie Triangle. You can see a lot of people exercising on the highway. It's just amazing how clear these roads are at this time. Usually here would be just packed with traffic, but it's a Saturday and there's no work or school, obviously. But this time on maybe a Monday, totally different look. Wildy main road here. A very popular KFC on the right. It's always full. I'm impressed with that cyclist that's been behind us. He's kept up with us from the highway when we turned off the highway. It's behind us. Rock Road. Wait for these lights here. Okay, the light just turned green and the person behind me is blowing the horn. I find nowadays people are very, very, very impatient on the road, especially at roundabouts. You have to give somebody a chance, you know. You don't know who is driving, if it's an elderly person or something. Oh, and yes, the flag is up, so we'll be turning in there. Get a good view of this. Some sort of horse racing, so I wouldn't turn in. I'll just go to the other side. Training horses. This is Garrison Road, by the way, if you don't know that. Is it's a nice view, and we move off again. Just be careful. Quite a landmark there, that building there on the left. Actually, a bit morbid, but in this Savannah they used to actually execute the slaves in there. Unfortunately, in those times that was a normal thing to do. But the country overcame that, and that's where it gained its independence in the same Garrison Savannah where slaves were once executed in and beaten in. It's the Barbados Yacht Club there. And then this establishment that always has the Trinidad and Tobago flag upside down permanently for some reason. And of course the Prime Minister's office on the right that we're passing. Just about in Bridgetown now. B Street, so we'll just wait for this. Okay, it's green. No need to cut there. There was actually a fire here recently at this kind of abandoned complex here. And I think it burnt before. I was like, how many fires could you have in one building? There've been so many fires in that one building. They're constructing a hotel here on the left. Hopefully in years from now, out here will look different. Green. So get a shot of this famous view here. getting to see what Bridgetown is like at this time on a Saturday. It's 6:47. Another red light, and it's green. Grynner Highway, now changed the name. You can see they have all these things for crop over on the poles. Turn, so I will just cut the video back to where I wanted to turn. Actually, a very nice treat there. So I will cut the video. Okay, well, this is where I wanted to turn. you can see where the Coast Guard base is. Barbados Coast Guard. You can see it, the Barbados Coast Guard base. Turn around here. And look at that view. Very nice view there. Almost like a bay, but not quite. Okay. So we're back on track. From here we're gonna head back to the airport just from the highway. No turn-offs or anything like that. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the drive. And in this video we only touched two parishes, Christchurch and St. Michael. Students, this is a very familiar place here. So on the Gordon Cummins Highway. And we covered this whole area in, it was exploring the parish of St. Michael Part 2. on screen. Enough to get the lights there. To the east, because this highway mainly runs from the west to the east or the east to the west at the bottom of the island. You can see a lot of Sahara dust. Now, of course. roundabouts are very, very tricky. You have to be very, very careful. And they have a lot of accidents and cause a lot of traffic and the whole thing. So this is the new geriatric hospital on the left there. Yeah, but why I'm mentioning that is because I don't really understand why the governments that have passed have refused to put flyovers on that highway. I mean, there are examples of flyovers in the region. There are many flyovers, overpasses in Trinidad and Jamaica, and they work. They take the traffic over the highway and you just drive straight and you don't have to stop or slow down or anything. But here they're just stuck with these roundabouts forever and ever. And actually there are plans to build more roundabouts. But sometimes I wonder, if you keep, doing the same thing that doesn't work, does that make sense? Time to try something new, perhaps. I'm not sure why there's so much traffic. I just wanted to come down to this side. It's moving though. So if you want, you can skip this part if you don't want to see all the traffic but we should be turning shortly. Here's a policeman. Those police officers have a very hard job. Very, very dangerous. I'm not sure if this traffic has to do with the event that will be taking place here this evening. I'm not sure why it would be backing up so early though. I'm not sure when this video will actually release, but we will know how successful this event is this evening when it comes out. So it's now 7:11 a.m. on a Saturday. And I'm sorry, this is Waterford Road. I'm sure everybody watching this video knows that. There's just a lot of traffic. I don't really get it. We will see. Not sure if you see how the roads work here. It's police a bit further down stopping traffic. Okay, I think that's why there's so much traffic. Some sort of an accident or something. This might not have been the best place to go, but at least we're almost there. The Police have stopped somebody ahead, causing a lot of traffic. Well, not a lot of traffic, but a little traffic. Sometimes when I speak, I exaggerate things a bit. Just a small inconvenience, but they're just doing their job there. They're stopping vehicles. Yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna go that way. I'm not sure what is going on there. Oh gosh, and this. Oh gosh, y'all are seeing some things here. I will just. Oh, you know what it is? It is Junior Kadumant. I forgot that was today. Okay. I completely forgot about that. So the police are just there stopping the traffic. I just wanted to come through the Bank Hall area. See it. Definitely can't go back up the way we came. So something is happening here. Okay. They even have hair blocked off too. Okay. So we kind of coming back down into Bridgetown here, but we will head back up shortly. Head back up to the highway. This would be Lower Banco Main Road. go straight. Okay. Somewhere to readjust the camera because of all the bumps. It has come loose a bit. I'll just pull in here and stop here for a second. All right. Community College on the left. turn on to 2 Mile Hill. It's clear. We're about to pass the Prime Minister's residence here. Right now, here it is on the left on the right with the white wall. What look like minor roads are highways, mind you, but when I'm saying highway, I'm talking about the ABC highway. In Barbados, in the context of Barbados, all of those back roads are considered highways. And this biker seems like he wants to die or something. I'm not sure what he was doing. Anyway, take that long to get back to the airport. BET Hill. Gotta be very careful for pedestrians crossing, because another flaw with this highway is that they don't have walkovers. I'm not sure why, because it makes sense, you know, because when you're here, you see how this pedestrian crossing, you have to actually look for people crossing. You wouldn't really find anywhere in the world on a major highway there are pedestrian crossings on it. That is 100% unique to Barbados. Or roundabouts. You wouldn't really find roundabouts on highways. I have so many ideas on how this place can be improved, but the powers that are, you know, around too focused on those things at the moment. I mean, and the walkovers thing makes sense. I mean, you don't have to slow down traffic. The pedestrians are much safer. There's only one walkover in the whole country. I think it's a necessary thing, especially on a highway. And it's a normal thing in other Caribbean countries like St. Lucia. Their entire highway, they use roundabouts too for their highway actually, but they have walkovers instead of those crossings. And in Trinidad and Tobago there are many walkovers. In Jamaica and Guyana, you shouldn't have people walking across a highway, and it does cause a lot of accidents because sometimes, you know, the person might not realize that the car has stopped to let somebody cross, and it's always a problem. Drive until the next roundabout. And then, you know, this is another problem with this, how the highways here are set up. So when you get to this point, it's only one lane going down and one coming up, so you can't really pass the other car. They're not like multiple lanes that you can pass the car. It's just kind of one way kind of driving until you get to the Errol Barrow section of the highway, when it's 2 lanes up and 2 lanes down, and even that feels a bit small because of when 2 cars decide to drive very slowly, then you can't pass. But the driving here is so peculiar because, you know, in the daytime I find, you know, there's crazy driving, but it's not as bad as night. At nighttime, people just drive so wild, you know. I mean, on this small highway, weaving in and out of traffic, and they're very bad accidents because of it. Okay, this learner has just signaled to turn right. Hopefully he or she gets through with their lesson. Here, Canadian hardware store, basically, that's what it is. And another learner. Okay, he's turning right. And a cyclist. I don't like to pass too close next to these cyclists. You have to give them some room. You could tell from the sun, but we're just headed purely east, headed back to the airport. And then we will end the video there. And you know, I only know a lot of these roads because of my father, who ironically isn't even from here, but I find that he knows the roads and also the names of the roads much better than people who have grown up here, you know, and lived here their whole lives. This is the turn by Bowles here, where I said the police like to hide to catch people not coming to a complete stop. Stay to the end of the video, you know, when I say goodbye and everything, stay to the very end, because I'm going to show you hopefully it's windy, the flag blowing in the wind at the airport. Whatever reason don't know where Barbados is on the map, of course it's in the Caribbean, and they say it's the gem of the Caribbean Sea, but it's not even in the Caribbean Sea, it's completely in the Atlantic Ocean. And if you come down the island chain and look at St. Vincent, we'd be to the east of St. Vincent. just about ended today's video. So thanks for watching, and we will see you soon. And remember to hold on for the view of the flag at the end. Thank you.